What's going on, Philly sports fans? It's your boy Sal G. And we had a tough game tonight. Phillies lost to the Red Sox in Boston 8-6. The Phillies, like they seem to always do, even when they lose, they fight to the end. They had the tying run to the plate, and David Dahl, he just flied out to right field, ending the game, and that was all she wrote. Um, yeah, it was kind of a weird game. It was somewhat boring at first. Just some strange things happening there. I don't know what your comments or what everybody's thinking about it, but I see one of the emojis looks like a upset face, frowny face, angry face, sad face. But please like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Appreciate you all hanging in with us here tonight at EOP. It's late. I'm ready for bed. I'm sure some of you all got to go to sleep soon, go to work and all. Tough. It's always tough, right? Going to bed, staying up after a loss, right? And you're just kind of annoyed, frustrated. But before we get into everything here, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Sherry'sTickets.com, PhillySportsTrips.com, Cherry Law Firm, and Dolan's Bar. So yeah, what happened in this game? Phil started out. It started out with the Phillies scoring in the first inning. That's typical of what they do. They tend to strike first, get first blood in the games. And they scored. They put a two spot up in the first inning, scored two more in the third, and then it was pretty much all Boston at that point. Phillies never came back. Yeah, that stunk. Let's see. Let's see some more comments here. We're getting started. Elephant in the room saying that loss hurt. Yeah, it did. And you know what's funny? The last time I was on, I was talking about, Schwarber not doing Schwarber things. We're used to the 40 home run bat from Schwarber, but he kind of took on being a leadoff hitter. And what's he do yesterday? He goes and hits two home runs, right on cue. The reverse jinx for Schwarber. So June's his month. He gets hot. And we're worried, I was worried that with the JT Realmuto injury that, Phillies would really struggle. But yesterday, they had Stubbs in. It was the first game without JT. And, they ended up winning that game. They won that game behind great pitching and timely hitting with the power from Schwarber and great pitching from Wheeler. Tonight, though, a little bit different. A little bit different. It's not the bats' fault tonight. I mean, they put up 6 runs. You put up 5, 6 runs a game, you should win the majority of those. Walter, what's going on? Started pitching and middle relief was brutal tonight. It was. That was the lowlights of this game. The turning points of the game for sure revolved around pitching, bad pitching from the Phillies side. Big Al, what's going on, bud? Your tough loss after being up 4. Yeah, definitely was. Um, Christopher Sanchez, who's been pitching well lately, but he didn't have it today. He didn't have it. He went 4 innings, got pulled in the 5th with, no outs. So that stunk. He wasn't sharp. Chris Moore, what's going on? We blew a 4-0 lead. We did. We did. K1 F8, what's going on? This is what quality opposition looks like. Yeah, Boston played well. I mean, hat tip. I mean, they're a 500 team right now, but they have a pretty big payroll too, and they got some boppers on this team. They have some superstars. Um, Nick Pivetta, the living ghost of Nick Pivetta, right? It's funny because all the talk with the way baseball is. Nick Pivetta, former Philly, plays for Boston now, having a pretty good year. it was looking online. It was funny. It's like Nick Pivetta is going to strike out 15 guys tonight, and he didn't. But it's funny how baseball works because if he did strike out 15 guys tonight and pitch a shutout, we would have been like, well, that's Nick Pivetta revenge game. He didn't get his revenge tonight, though. He didn't get it tonight. Star Wars, what's going on? Was in Marshawn. Was in Marshawn? Was it Marshawn or wasn't Marshawn? You blaming Marshawn? Big Al, do you think having a new catcher played a factor? Could it have? I mean, maybe with a younger pitcher like Sanchez, maybe it does. I don't know the scouting report on Marshawn. I, you know, it's not JT, and maybe he's not as good of a pitch framer as JT. JT's one of the best. He's one of the best defensive catchers, one of the best guys at calling games, one of the best at handling pitching staffs. So, he's not going to replace JT and the leadership that JT gives you. That's for sure. Could have had a factor? Sure, it could have, but I think more or less. I mean, Crux said it during the game. Marshawn caught like every pitcher tonight because it seemed like everybody pitched for the Phillies after Sanchez went out. So maybe after tonight, things will get better with Marshawn going forward. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and kick it off to one of our sponsors here. All right, on your screen here, we got the Chicago, the ultimate trip from PhillySportsTrips.com. If you're a Philly sports fan and you want to travel with your favorite team, then travel with the best. If you want to travel with the pros, then go to PhillySportsTrips.com. Philly Sports Trips features premium travel and tailgating experience for the best period, fans period, ever period, the Philadelphia sports fan. Philly Sports Trips has self-travel packages and full travel packages available with round-trip flights for Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, and the Union. They even offer day trip for more local games. The Baltimore trip that we were advertising, that got sold out by Philly Sports Trips. So if you didn't get your ticket for that one, you missed out. But that's a local trip, 90 minutes down the road. Go to PhillySportsTrips.com and you sign up immediately and you tell them EOP sent you. Here we go. We got this trip here, 4th of July week, July 3rd through the 7th. Chicago, Wrigley Field. That's on my bucket list. Probably on some of yours too. That's a hot ticket for sure. That'd be a fun time. They're going to be having a nice 4th of July celebration in Chicago. Why not be a part of it? All right, back with you here. Let's go ahead and break down some of these box scores in the game. With Kyle Schwarber coming off that 2-home run game yesterday, he went 1 for 3 with a run and 2 walks. All this guy does is get on base. So what do I know about leadoff hitters? 40 home run bat. I guess he's our leadoff hitter. So there he goes. I don't know about this guy in the number 2 hole, but he's been a little hot. Nick Castellanos. And hot is an appropriate word. He was hot. He was hot at the umpire, too. He went 2 for 4 in this game with 2 runs scored and 1 walk. He got a triple, and he also hit his 350th career double. So congrats, Nick Castellanos. You got a little milestone there. But I don't know if anybody else caught that during the game. Umpire called a pitching or pitch clock violation on Nick. And Nick was saying to the umpire, "Hey man, I didn't hear you. You got to speak up. Speak up effing louder. I've been in the league 10 years. Show me some respect. You got to speak up." I'm surprised he didn't get tossed. I don't know who that umpire was. I don't know if he's a newer umpire, but Nick let him have it. If that was Angel Hernandez, he would have been tossed out of the game as soon as he started chirping. But that was funny. Casty was being nasty for sure. Bryce Harper, he went 2 for 4 with a run scored, RBI, and a walk. He's also an on-base machine, 393 on-base percentage clip. Alec Boehm, 0 for 4 with this one with a run scored and an RBI. He had a sac fly. Bryson Stott went 1 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. And Whit Merrifield, he's getting hot. That maybe that trip to London did him good. eating those fish and chips and that, and that English water. 1 for 3 with an RBI and 2 walks. Still batting a lovely 181. And David Dahl, no hero tonight. He was the tying run up to bat in the ninth. Couldn't do it. 1 for 5 with an RBI. But I mean, this guy, he's getting hits, man. He's getting hits. So he's one of those guys when we're getting some of these hurt guys back. You can't send Dahl down. Not the way he was hot as hell in the minors, hitting home runs. He's going to stay up. One of the things I was looking at online, one of the there's like a poll and somebody put up. So who would be one of the guys that would be gone? Either you send down to the minors or cut. Waive, and the poll with Whit Merrifield. I mean, you go ahead and you put him on waivers. Chances are, though, somebody's not going to claim him, because if somebody does claim him, the Phillies might be like, all right, you can have him. Because whoever would claim Whit Merrifield would have to take on the remainder of that $8 million contract. And with the way he's playing, I don't know that any team would do that, but you never know. If the Phillies are looking to shed some payroll, and they're going to take on some payroll at the deadline, maybe they're going to make a move before that and get some extra money. That could be a way, because at this point, with what Witt's doing, I don't see why Cody Clemens can't do that. I don't see why David Dahl can't do that. The other option, I guess they can also waive Pache. I don't know if he has any options left. Sending Rojas down is an option. I don't think that would happen. He's not doing that, bad enough that he has to get sent down. But I don't know. What do you all think about that? Curious to see. And Marchand, he caught his first game tonight. He went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Not worried about his bat at the moment. I want him to get acclimated to the pitchers that we have, work with them, get them comfortable, come up with a good game plan, and see what happens going forward. I mean, he's not going to be your starter. It's Stubbs, but we'll see. If you look at the two guys, Stubbs and Marchand definitely has more of that catcher build. He's got a thick body. Where Stubbs, if you didn't see him put that gear on, you didn't know who he was. You would not think he was a backup catcher, for real. Johan Rojas, he went 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Philly struck out 8 times tonight. Said they left 19 men on, but I don't know if it was that many. I don't know if that's right. They banged out. They got 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. And then the Boston Red Sox, they got 8 runs, 13 hits. Hit parade for the Bo Sox in this one. They were smashing, and then they got some bangers. Jaron Duran is a good player. O'Neill, he was hurt for a bit, but he was on fire when the season started. Rafael Devers is a stud. Balby Dahlback is a solid player. Cedena Rafaela is a solid player. It seemed like pretty much outside of Westbrook. Well, I thought Westbrook got it. Westbrook got an RBI, but he didn't get a hit. But Westbrook and Dahlback were the only guys, the starters, that did not get hits. Valdez came in to relieve Westbrook at second, and he got himself a hit with 2 RBIs. That ended up, padding the Sox total. Obviously helped them here in the final because they won by 2. But yeah, man, yeah, what are you gonna say? It's one of those games, right? This is one of those games. And then we look at the pitching side of things. Christopher Sanchez, say he started the 5th inning, couldn't get anybody out, and yeah, like coming into this game, he was doing well. He had a streak of 4 starts of allowing 2 runs or less. Obviously, that changed. That streak ended. And Phillies had won 5 of the last 6. Well, now that's 5 of the last 7 outings that Sanchez had pitched. And Sanchez, 4 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Not a good line for him. He's got a nice ERA, 3.07, but his WHIP is a tad high, 1.39. You like to see him get that up a bit. Limit the hits and walks a bit to improve and not get that pitch count so high. What did he finish? He only had 67 pitches in this one. But and then after that, Jose Ruiz came in. He let up. He only pitched an inning, but gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. And he also let up a couple of runs that Sanchez had left on base. That was 2 more runs, I believe. So that got charged to Sanchez. And Spencer Turnbull came in. It's maybe he's reverting back to a pumpkin. Maybe bullpen's not his thing, but he went 1 in the 3rd, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 walks with a strikeout. Also gave up a home run. And then Sir Anthony Dominguez, the last 2 pitchers that came in, Sir Anthony went 2/3 of an inning with a strikeout. And Gregory Soto came in mop-up duty because we're down, so you don't want to put him in with a lead. But 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. So no runs there. 5.12 ERA with a 1.97 whip for Gregory Soto. Ouch. That is bad. And on the Red Sox side, Nick Pivetta, former Philly, going to get his revenge against the Phils. Not tonight. Coming into the year, he has a good season, 3.4 ERA, 0.94 whip. That's right, 0.94 whip. You remember when we had Nick, giving up hits and walks were a major issue for him. So completely changed himself since coming to Boston. 51 strikeouts in 42 and a third innings coming into the game. So he's been pitching great for them, but not great against the Phillies. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits. He gave up 4 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks. Nasty Nick reverting back to those Philly ways with 4 strikeouts. So it's force pretty much all across the board. ERA jumped 3.88, 1.08 whip for Nick. And we had, this guy's a cool name, Cam Boozer. Gotta love that. 1 inning pitched. Sounds like a Delco guy. 1 inning pitched with 1 strikeout. And Zach Kelly came in with a 1 inning, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Bernardino then came in to relieve him, gave up pitched an inning, giving up a hit with a walk. And then Slayton got himself a hold, pitching an inning and only giving up a hit. And then Kenley Jansen came in, pitched an inning, gave up a run, walked a guy. There was a chance for the Phillies to come back or at least tie the game up in the 9th. Couldn't do it. 430th career save for Kenley Jansen. He's been around a long time. That's a lot of saves, guys. A lot of saves there. All right, let's go ahead and bring up one of our other sponsors here. All right. I'm sure you guys know about this bar. This is Dolan's. Dolan's Bar. When you're staying local and you want to watch a great game or just hang out with some great people, you go to Dolan's Bar at 24 East Sellers Avenue in Ridley Park in the 19078, right off the I-95, south of the Philadelphia Airport. Dolan's Bar is a bar nestled in the small town of Ridley Park, Pennsylvania. They are the quintessential Irish-American dive bar. For over 65 years, 3 generations, Dolan's has thrived because of one reason: the great patrons who are just like our family. Great music, great times, memorabilia giveaways, great drinks, great food, and you never know when a former Philly sports icon will walk through that door. You go to Dolan's and you tell PJ that EOP sent you. Go to dolansbar.com or follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. All right, back with you here. Let's go ahead and check some more of these comments out. K1, F8, Casty pretty nasty for a 210 hitter. And Casty's getting hot, and it's funny because he's getting hot. He's only batting, was he batting now? Is he still batting 210? Let's take a look here real quick. He's batting 216. It's going up slowly. He should be heating up. He's heating up. He's been playing well. I mean, double and a triple tonight. Not going to hate on Nick tonight. Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Hey, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Daniel. Well, not so happy for us Phillies fans here, but we're hanging in there. I'm glad you're all hanging in there with us. Appreciate it. Please make sure you hammer that like, share, and subscribe buttons. We really appreciate that. All right. Let's go ahead, and we're now going to bounce on over to the... right, the Broad Street bottom line here. The takeaways of games in the series. Well, this is game 2 in the series. This series is currently split 1-1 with Boston. Rubber match is tomorrow, and that will be at what time tomorrow? That's going to be at 7:10 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be Aaron Nola versus Tanner Houck. That's going to be a good matchup. Tanner Houck has been having a heck of a year. He's 6-5 on a 1.91 ERA with a .92 WHIP. And Aaron Nola is 8-2 with a 2.77 ERA and a .97 WHIP. So that should be a fun matchup. Let's see if the Phillies can take the series tomorrow. All right. So in this game, no JT, no Trey Turner. He should be coming back within the week, I believe. No Marsh. He should also be coming back soon. It's tough, but the offense wasn't the issue in this game. They scored 6 runs. It was totally a pitching issue. Christopher Sanchez didn't have it. Maybe Marshawn, the catcher, stepping in, having his first game, maybe had something to do with it. I guess we'll see. But the bullpen didn't do well. It's only the last 2 guys that came in, Sir Anthony and I can't forget his name because I want to forget about this guy, Gregory Soto. They didn't give up any runs. But I mean, in this game here, the takeaways here, it unraveled in the 5th inning. I mean, the Phillies were up 4-1 going into the 5th, and then the Boston scores 5 runs to make it 6-4. And then that was it. There was a nice double play in the bottom of the 6th inning where Witt threw it to Harper, so second to first, and then Harper threw it to home, tagging out Duran, who was trying to score. So that kept the game close, right? Because that would have been another run scored for Boston. So that was a nice play there. It was a nice defensive play. It was good to see. And then your other takeaway, I mean, in the top of the 9th, Bryce gets a double down the left field line, scores after a sacrifice fly by Bohm. And then it was weird. Harper was running down the line, and the dude Ryan Refsnyder unleashed a rocket from right field. If that ball was caught clean by the catcher, Harper would have been out. I mean, Harper's just running, no slide. I don't know what that was about. That was weird, but that would have, if Harper got tug out there, that would have been messed up because he didn't even slide or anything. But luckily, the throw bounced off the catcher, might have hit the dirt, and then bounced off the catcher. But Harper scored. Didn't matter. Whit Merrifield walked. Tying run came to the plate, and then Kenley Jansen got his 430th career save. That was it. That was it for the Phils. So there's that. That's the Broad Street bottom line for you. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take you to All right, rounding the bases with you guys here. Just going to go ahead. Oh, I lost my page. I lost my scoreboard. Let me go ahead and bring that back up here. Let's see what's going on around the league here tonight, Wednesday evening. All right. In Kansas City, the Yankees are smashing the Royals 11-5 in the bottom of the 8th. In the bottom of the 4th, in Seattle, we have the Chicago White Sox tied with the Mariners. And in Arizona, in the top of the 4th, we have the Angels all over the D-backs, 7-0. Bottom of the 2nd, in LA, the Rangers are down to the Dodgers, 1-0. And in Minnesota, it's like a football score here. The Twins smashed the Rockies 17-9. Now, it's a few field goals there, a couple touchdowns. Wow. In the final in Milwaukee, we have the Brewers edging out the Blue Jays 5-4. And in San Francisco, the Giants beat the Houston Astros 5-3. And in San Diego, the Padres just eked out the Athletics 5-4. Final in Baltimore, the Orioles beat the Braves. Love to see it, 4-2. And in the Detroit, the Tigers lost to the Nationals 7-5. The Cubs beat the Rays in Tampa 4-3, and the Reds were at home and they beat the Cleveland Guardians 4-2. Yeah, the Boston Red Sox at home beat the Phillies 8-6, and in New York, in Queens, the Mets beat the Marlins 10-4, and in St. Louis, Lou, the Cardinals beat the Pirates 4-2 in a battle of NL Central teams. All right. And before we go any further, let's bring up one more of our ads. Some great ads here. Great moments don't just happen. That happens with you in the crowd. Sherry'sTickets.com is easy to use and has no hidden fees. That's right, no hidden fees. The price you see is the price you pay. Pay less, play more with Sherry'sTickets.com and get the tickets you want. Save even more by using the exclusive promo code EOP10 and share an experience that will live on. Don't pay hidden fees and save 10%. Why use any other ticket reseller and get those hard to come by tickets to the big game? And if you need a more personal touch, give them a call at 610-494-5050. Sherry'sTickets.com also has great theater and concert tickets that are hard to get your hands on. Remember, don't overpay with the rest and save with the best at Sherry'sTickets.com. For that next great moment, save 10% by using the promo code EOP10. Great moments start at Sherry'sTickets.com. All right. So yeah, let's see, man. We got the game. We got the rubber match tomorrow against Boston. We'll see if we can pull out a win. Try and get some of these hurt guys coming back. Try to keep the guys that are currently on the field still healthy because we need them. Unfortunately, baseball is a game of attrition. Guys get hurt. Pitchers always go down. Tommy John surgeries pop up left and right. Guys get knee injuries, ACL injuries. You hate to see that stuff, right? You don't want it to happen to your team. Injuries do happen. Some of that's luck, right? I don't think I'm one of those guys. I don't think guys they're injury prone. I think guys just have bad luck. Just crap happens sometimes to guys. And then sometimes, guys are playing hurt, and maybe that's why their numbers are down a bit, but they're not hurt enough to go on the injured list. They're not injured. It's a long season. Guys are banged up. The catchers, JT Realmuto, was playing with that knee injury for a week at least. He's a gamer. You wouldn't know he's hurt. Guy takes balls off the face, off the groin, gets hit with backswings. Guys run into him. He's a tough dude, man. I mean, I wouldn't even have known he was hurt. It's funny when before I found out he was getting surgery, somebody we know online was in Boston, happened to be in Boston. I don't know if they were there for the game or whatever, but happened to be there in Boston. Saw JT Realmuto with his wife or girlfriend, or I'm not trying to blow up his spot. I'm not. I don't know if JT's married or not. I'm just saying he was with his wife or significant other, and yeah, it was just you wouldn't have known he was hurt, and maybe he was gonna play, or maybe he was just like, hey guys, this is really bothering me. Maybe they did an MRI, saw some more damage. Sometimes though, when they go in and open up that knee, they can find other things. So let's hope all is good. I don't know if he had the procedure yet. Let's hope it's not something that is more prolonged than it needs to be. They're saying a month. Let's hope it is. Let's hope it's not something that goes any longer. Time for UFL football. Oh, really? K1, yo. Phil Stifle is the man, sir. He is the man. I went to grade school with Phil Stifle. Bet you didn't know that. We were Holy Cross Crusaders. That's right. Phil is the man. You can catch him every morning here on EOP, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, trending in the AM. Make sure you check Phil's show out. He does a great job. Hour and a half every day, 5 days a week. That's tough, man. I give him props for sure. All right. We got one more ad for you here, and then we're going to wrap it up for the night. This man on your screen here, he needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. This is David R. Cherry, Esquire. If you get hurt at work in a motor vehicle accident, personal injury, or affected by criminal law, you call David R. Cherry of the Cherry Firm. Cherry Law Firm is here to fight for you and get what you deserve. Cherry Injury Law is a dedicated, well-established personal injury law firm built on the promise of aiding the seriously injured throughout the state of Pennsylvania. If you've been seriously injured in the state of Pennsylvania by the negligence of another, and if you have questions for a Westchester immediate personal injury attorney, please don't hesitate to call. Call 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. Let David R. Cherry fight for your rights. Again, that number is 610-565-0300 or go to cherryinjurylaw.com. All right, just check some more of these comments. Yeah, you can't win them all. That's right. Even the best teams lose 60 games a year. Cherry, that's right, sir. Cherry. All right, let's see what's coming up here. Going to round out the series tomorrow. We got Big Al on tomorrow doing the Fighting Final post-game show. Make sure you check him out. And just give you a brief look here. Our upcoming shows. We got a packed week of shows for you here. Check us out. Look at that, Thursday through Sunday. A lot of shows coming up. You can see it right here on your screen. Give you all a minute. Just take that in, absorb it. Take a screenshot so you know our schedule. It's like the TV guide here for all your sports needs here at EOP. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can get this great content out to you. Been great being with you guys tonight. I hope you all have a great night. My name's Sal G. Follow me at Sal G Philly on X. Talk to you guys next time. Have a great night, everyone. Peace. Oh, man, I always do this. I always mess up. I got with the outro.